some of the things I bought when I went to the Gardeners World show. Bought myself more clematis. And that one's very pretty. And this one's called Princess Diana, this pink one. And I'm going to put them, bought these today, these new pots, and I finally got my arch up. If I can stand back and show you, I don't know whether you can see. Oh yes, we can. Going back past, so we've got all the rubbish in the shots that's ready for Mark to take to the tip. Is busy doing it now, but there's my arch and my two pots to go for me to fill. So I'm just going to fill them, and I'll show you what this is. My old clematis that I moved, that I told you about, and I'm going to put another one on just here to go up that side. And this is a pale pink, so I'm debating whether to put the Princess Di or this one with purple in. I think the one with purple in, and then put the Princess Di and this Bella, Belly, or whatever it is, together on the other side. Yes, I think that's what I'm going to do. I've put them in, and I've put the labels on each side so I can remember what they are. So I've got my two climbers, lobelia, petunias, a pink, that's nice, isn't it, over that side, and over this side I've got some more pinks, and that's a lady in red, and my two climbers with the labels on that side. That one ain't got a label because it was dug out from last year. Some more lobelia, so when they climb up there on both sides and meet at the top, they're going to look really pretty. Just got to keep the dogs away from them now. I mentioned my wormery the other day. This is one of 3 that I've got. I'll show you inside. Wiggly worms in my worm farm. Got these today from B&Q when I went for some compost. They're only £1. I think that one might need a bit more water. I haven't got time today. I'm busy trying to get the watering system in for holiday. I bought 2 of them, and I'll go and show you what else. Oh, what else I bought. It's a bit droopy, but I bought it for the pot, not the flowers, because it was reduced. I'll take you across to this. There we are, look. I bought it for the pot, not the flowers. I've just put a bit more compost in to try and dry it out, because I think that's what was up with it. It was all, it's got too wet, because there's another pot inside. So even if they do die while I'm on holiday, it was a pot I bought it for, so they were £5 with the flowers in, but it's on sale for £2 because the flowers. So I didn't mind paying £2 for the pot. And this is my dragonfly. Look, I bought when we went to the show. So that's nice. And now I'll go and show you the watering system that I've been trying to do. You know about the one I've got in here. Well, I've ordered some more of these little connections because I've got plenty of pipe, but they're coming from China, so they're taking forever, and I go away on Saturday, so I need to sort things out. I mean, me strawberries aren't doing very well. I think they're getting too wet, and even though there's supposed to be drainage in these, the ever so soggy and waterlogged, so I might have to take them all apart and see when I come back off holiday if it keeps up with this rain. This rain has been terrible. My daughter bought me that little shiny thing, and the dog's frightened of it. This is a new watering system. This is a dripper, and I've got it so it will drip across the top, and some of it is dripping into there, but it's not going to be coming on very often. So as you can see, it wouldn't stop kinking, so I've just had to kind of run it all best I can all the way around. And if you notice, the shelves have gone on here, so I've got things stuck outside that I haven't got a foggish idea where to put. These are for my feed bottles, but they're doing a good job of holding this back so it's not touching the stem of the tomato. So that's good. So it is looking, if I come back, yeah, it's looking quite nice in here now, and I can get, when these little pots are moved, I can get down in between the tomatoes to sort things out. I've been down there taking side shoots out. I can always utch it back a bit more this way if I need a little bit more room. I've left room down this side for my lettuces, and when these grow a bit more, they'll have a bit more space to spread out. I don't know where I'm going to put my peppers. My basils have had a bit of a moment with the wet, because it's been coming through this, comes through this window and onto the shelf, and then with the door shut to try and keep the rain out, it's been dripping down as well. So all this rain's not really done things good. My peppers have come on a little bit, but they're not really doing that great. And the slugs are just slugs and snails. No matter how much I put down, more come. Just can't keep up with it. So we're doing the best we can, and we just have to put up with it. So that's what I've been doing in here today, and I'm shattered. I need to go in for some dinner. I've not had no dinner, but at least I've got this watering system in. And you watch, it'll rain all the time I'm on holiday, because I'm prepared for it being hot. But I can't leave our Emma to water everything by a watering can, or if I leave her with just the spray off the hose pipe, she'll just flatten everything. So I'm doing my best. So I'm only going away for a week, but I can see I'll come back to a disaster. I always do. We've had to cover the squash. I haven't got, well, I could cover this, but it'll cover them as well. But the squash are not doing very well. I think it is not warm enough for them, so I've had to squash them, cover them. I can see that the yellowing underneath, even underneath there. I'm not quite sure whether I ought to put a bit of manure around them. This bed wouldn't have had the best of soil, because it came out of that other bed that we flattened. We dug out to put the fruit in. So it may be that they've not got enough nourishment, so I might have to feed them. Potatoes are going mad, look. And over this side where they're flowering, there's one further over there that's starting to get a bit floppy, and I'm debating whether to do a tater reveal, but I might wait till I come back off my holidays. My bolottes are not looking very happy. It's just not warm enough. Well, I think it's too wet. Look at that. They've all, you can see this bed's soaked, even though it's got drainage holes, and you can see where they're rotting off at the stem. I had one of my sunflowers do that, so we might just have to put some more in once this bad weather's stopped. It's been fine today, and it was fine yesterday where I was at the show, so we'll see. And while I was at the show, I found out what this is, because it smells very lemony, minty, more lemon I think, and it is a form of coriander. So you were stuck here, so you were under the drip, weren't you, for when it was hot. But I've split this, I've got two more, and when you smell it, it smells very lemony, but it does smell a smidgen like mint, but it's not a mint, it is coriander. I found a plant while we was at the show. This bed's doing quite well. everything's growing quite well. My beetroot, if you can see through the netting, and I've got my foot stuck. We've had some of the spinach go to seed because of all that hot weather we had. But my lettuce, I'm gonna start picking some of this lettuce. I've picked some of my kale. I've picked some of my spinach. You've seen me do that. But I can start taking a few of these leaves for Mark for his sandwiches. I think. And over here, this bed's going mad as well. These look all right. These look nice. So most things are doing fine. These courgettes over this side are romping away, but these have got a better bed. This has got a lot of manure in, and this is more fertile, this bed is, but they were my spares over that side, so I suppose it don't really matter. I've got to get them nettles from down there. Now I've moved that plastic, them nettles are flopping all over, and I don't want them going flowering while I'm on holiday and spreading seeds. So tomorrow it's long sleeves and nettle pulling. Looking at my tomato tower, it looks a bit dry. I'll have to see if I can water that in a minute. But it doesn't look like it's suffering, and the rocket looks all right. Just looks a bit dry on the top, so I might just give it a bit. My nasturtiums are happy. They're all flowering and spreading, so soon this bank will be totally covered, which was my plan. They've overrun my flower look. I'm leaving that now, leaving these to dry, so see if I can get some seeds. I've got a mint here. This, I don't know which one this one is. Might be a bit pepperminty. I've got some lemon mint in pots further over that side, over there. But what I bought while I was at the show is a Moroccan mint, and this smells absolutely gorgeous. I really like that one, so I've got to look after that. So I've got to find somewhere, I'm going to put it in a bit bigger pot, and find somewhere where it won't get neglected. And I bought a fuchsia as well. Hawk's head fuchsia. There's no flowers on it. My friend's mum bought a bigger version. There's the picture. It's white, look, it's really nice. So I've got to look after that as well, because I love fuchsias. I used to have a big collection, but then when we moved here, I hadn't got a greenhouse or a tunnel at the time. When we first moved here, I sold my greenhouse at the other house because there wasn't room here. Well, there is room kind of now, because I could have had it instead of place of this tunnel, but at the time, where there was a massive great big pond and different things, there wasn't that much room on this garden. It was quite heavily landscaped, so most of them needed protecting in the winter, so I gave them away to people because I just thought I'd lose them anyway. Here's my squashes that I put in the pots. They're doing a lot better, especially these two. These two seem to be really happy. This one's not quite so happy. That one looks a bit yellowy, but these two are happy. So I'm just hoping we're going to get some better weather in a bit, otherwise I'm going to lose everything. It's not good. Right, I found this tomato plant. I'm assuming it's one that I missed when I did the tomato tower, because it looks very similar. So I found it in the greenhouse with the petunias, so it's looking quite good. So I don't know where I'm going to plant it. Good question. But for tonight, it might just have to sit on there, and I'll do it tomorrow. Right, wanted to show you my seeds. Can you remember when I said I'd planted carrots, spring onions, beetroot and a turnip. Well, they're the turnips, and you probably can't see, but there is beetroot. I don't know about the spring onion. Yeah, I can just see some spring onions coming up, and there is carrots. I don't know whether you can see that or it just looks all like weeds, but they are coming up, and the outdoor tomatoes are doing fine. The beans, I think I might have had a little stray climbing one in amongst the others, because I found some climbing ones in the tunnel that should have been in a tray. The trays were dwarf ones, the pots were climbing, but this one here looks like it's wanting to climb, so I might have to stick a cane in there, it not hurt. We lost a pumpkin, and I've put a cabbage at the back, but I've put a cover over it just to keep the rain off it, to stop it being battered.